Right now at 6, a major shift in how Wisconsin handles water safety notifications could be on the way. The new bill that's being proposed and a push to save a La Crosse Northside pool. The deal being discussed and what it would mean for the community.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. We start with a growing concern over food banks here. In just days, they might not be able to help people on SNAP. News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains.
Government shutdown could leave thousands of Wisconsinites without food share benefits next month. It could also leave local food pantries and food banks with little to offer. Wisconsin's food share program won't receive federal funding in November if the government shutdown continues.
We have 700,000 low-income folks who take advantage of food share. The problem is the state can't make up what the federal government does.
Benefits were paid in October, but the USDA says they'll run out of food assistance money by the end of the month. The Hunger Task Force says they're bracing for the impact.
We're not sure what to expect, and we're trying to prepare, but I don't know how we can be prepared for something of this magnitude.
The food bank provides food to more than 120 agencies in the tri-state area. The rising cost of groceries and federal funding cuts have made it difficult to keep shelves stocked this year.
We are actually already seeing an increase of people actually coming to the programs that we serve. And, some people are seeing folks that have never been to a food pantry before.
If SNAP benefits are paused, Fortner worries about keeping up with the demand.
I don't think that there's any program out there that deals with food insecurity that is remotely ready for something like this to happen. We are not meant to be the food insecurity network that was always SNAP.
Fortner says the only thing they can do is turn to the community during their time of need.
At this point, the entire community needs to come together to support food banks like the Hunger Task Force and food programs.
The Hunger Task Force takes monetary and food donations. You can find more information on how to donate on our website. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
The Black Hawk Bridge connecting Wisconsin to Iowa closes today for 2 years. The bridge officially shut down at 7 a.m., forcing commuters to take longer detours. The state will demolish the old bridge and build a new $165 million replacement. Engineers have determined the current structure can't safely handle additional stress.
We had a firm analyze the structure, and they found that the bridge was safe in its current condition, but we just couldn't push it any further. That wouldn't be safe for the public, and it also wouldn't be safe for the contractor.
Now, for those commuters, the DOT plans to launch a ferry service in early November. That ferry will accommodate 12 cars plus bikes and pedestrians. Officials estimate a 15-minute trip. Chamber of Commerce met with first responders this morning. Officials from La Crosse Fire, Police, and the Sheriff's Office explained how they've seen public safety change over the years. Chief of Police Sean Coudron says a main focus has been preparing officers to deal with mental health crises.
No matter what challenge presents itself in that kind of mental health realm, we need to be capable to respond, not only to solve the problem, but also get the care for the person that might be suffering.
Meanwhile, Fire Chief Jeff Schott says the biggest change facing his department is run volume. Service calls have more than doubled since the beginning of his career. A West Salem man faces multiple felony charges after a high-speed chase. 24-year-old Chase Allen Cottrell led police on a high-speed chase over 100 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone through La Crescent before heading into Wisconsin. That chase started during a domestic violence investigation when he allegedly stole his girlfriend's car. It ended near the La Crosse riverbank, where he allegedly abandoned the car, swam to a barge, and refused to surrender. After hours of negotiations, he was arrested. He's now held in La Crosse County Jail pending extradition to Minnesota. This mugshot is from a previous incident a month ago. A wild accident at I-90 on French Island. A driver reportedly hit a guardrail and went down the embankment. It happened at the Dawson Avenue Bridge in the town of Campbell. Traffic was affected. Right now, no word on how this happened or any injuries. A new bill could help Wisconsinites protect themselves from water pollutants. La Crosse Representative Jill Billings announced the Water Quality Notification Act at Myrick Park this morning. It would require the DNR to notify county and tribal health departments when they discover issues with groundwater standards, including PFAS.
I think this bill is a pretty easy bill to get behind, right? who doesn't want kids drinking safe water in Wisconsin? So hopefully this is a first step that people can agree upon in a bipartisan manner.
Billings also emphasized the importance of early detection of contaminants in drinking water. A News 8 follow-up, La Crosse Common Council President Tamara Dickinson is pushing for a partnership to save the Northside Pool. A proposed deal with the La Crosse School District would create an indoor facility for year-round use. It would also cover the $900,000 of repairs needed at the Northside Pool. The pool inside Logan High School would then close. The discussions are still in the early stages. Well, in the last 24 hours, it certainly felt more like fall, more like mid to late October, Greg, but tomorrow there might be quite a chill in the air.
Yeah, it definitely will feel more like November come tomorrow. It's not going to be a nice, really day to be outside tomorrow. We still got rain going on this evening. You can see from the camera from Eau Claire, you're starting to see a little bit of haze, cloud cover begin to lower, so that definitely is a good indication of light rain falling. We've also seen it kind of in La Crosse too, hanging into 60s for the most part, but we are starting to come down in lower half. You can see the radar images starting to come up. That's the precipitation coming through. Right there's a better shot. You can see light rain. It's not moderate rain. You really got to get into that yellow to see the moderate rain as the I-90 cameras picking up those wet conditions. And of course, Eau Claire as just mentioned. It is now beginning to approach Black River Falls area, so that camera at I-94 is actually picking up that also rain as it begins to fall. And then further south, La Crosse is now seeing that band come through. It's the yellow on the radar that's indicating light rain actually reaching the ground. Ridgeline to the west, you can see a little bit of wet conditions too. So wet roads is the main thing going on. Further south you go, it's just starting to get to Lansing Bridge areas just to the west of there, and Decorah I-9 there has indicated some stuff too. So overall, we got that coming, and then we got much cooler conditions for tomorrow. We got the wind, we got the rain. And we get some chilly conditions to kind of track out here a bit later also.
All right, Terrible Tuesday, a very ominous title.
It's not going to be very nice tomorrow.
All right, Greg, thank you. La Crosse's leaf collection starts soon. It begins next Monday, October 27th. There will be one collection per week, and folks are being asked to not park in front of the piles so it doesn't slow pickup. The city's leaf drop-off sites will open on Friday. Panda Express is officially open in La Crosse. Today, the American Chinese chain hosted their grand opening community celebration. Officials say the restaurant will bring 40 new jobs to the area.
If you remember, we had Panda Express before, actually right across the street in the mall. However, right now we bring Panda Express back with a new feature. More service. We have drive-through lane, not just one drive-through lane, but double drive-through lane, so we can serve over 20 cars all at once.
To celebrate the opening, Panda Express presented a $1,000 check to Wafer Food Pantry and also rewarded the first 88 guests by handing out free t-shirts and headbands to children. Coming up, the FAA loosens its grip on Boeing, what federal regulators decided following that door panel incident on an Alaska Airlines flight. And strikes in Gaza trigger a warning from President Trump, what the attack means for the ceasefire deal.
Well, tomorrow, starting at 5 a.m., I'm tracking cooler temperatures, windy conditions, and possibly more rain. Get your first warn forecast starting at 5 a.m.
This October, Maxwell White and the La Crosse Hunger Task Force are hosting our annual food drive. Donate at least 6 items when we visit, and we'll donate $15 on your behalf, plus give you $15 off any service that day. Schedule today.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger.
And transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had.
Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love. Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
I love teaching reading, watching the kids' eyes light up with every tale. But when the stories were no longer coming to me, I knew something was wrong. My doctor said it was a kind of brain tumor they hadn't seen before. So they partnered with UW Health. Their specialists operated in ways others couldn't, saving my life. Now I'm back teaching stories to my students. And mine is their new favorite. UW Health. Remarkable.
Do your drains scare you? Bring them back to life with Maxwell White. Get a $99 mainline drain opening, including a camera inspection, and let our highly trained professionals banish the monsters that lurk in your pipes. Call or schedule online.
President Trump is issuing a stern warning to Hamas today after weekend violence threatens the Gaza ceasefire deal. Israeli military strikes followed an attack that killed 2 Israeli soldiers. Hamas denies responsibility for the attack, but the president blames the group for violating the ceasefire agreement.
They're going to be very good. They're going to behave. They're going to be nice. And if they're not, we're going to go and we're going to eradicate them if we have to. They'll be eradicated.
President Trump clarifies he doesn't mean U.S. boots on the ground. He says multiple countries who signed the peace deal have agreed to, quote, take care of the situation if needed. Vice President J.D. Vance is traveling to Israel this week to meet with the Prime Minister. A federal appeals court has cleared the way for the Trump administration to move forward with deploying National Guard troops in Portland, Oregon. The 3-judge panel said the administration is likely to succeed in its appeal of a lower court order that blocked the deployment. That earlier ruling extended a temporary restraining order preventing federal troops from entering the city. The president has cited protests outside Portland's ICE facility as justification for sending in troops. Boeing is increasing production of its 737 MAX jets for the first time since a door panel blew out on an Alaska Airlines flight in January last year. The Federal Aviation Administration had limited production to 38 planes a month after that incident. The FAA has approved raising production to 42 planes per month. Boeing's CEO says they plan to increase production gradually every 6 months with FAA approval needed each time. We will have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, definitely got windy conditions, rain, and even cool, chilly conditions for your Tuesday. We'll break down how long this chilly conditions will last coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Make your pup look and feel their best at Top Dog Treat in West Salem. Fresh, clean, and oh so soft. They'll strut out looking top dog. Book your grooming appointment today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
What home improvement delivers the highest return on investment? A new garage door. And the perfect door is a genuine overhead door, made to last right here in the USA for over 100 years. Overhead Door has been the leader in exceptional design and quality materials installed by trained, experienced professionals. Find your perfect door. Visit our showroom or go online to choose from an endless array of styles, colors, and accents. From our family to yours. Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope. You don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I just lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,100 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe
comfortable, and happy. We have a lot of veteran installers who really care and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department. Just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Yeah, if we look at radar right now, you can see overall that activity. Not a lot of precipitation. To give you an idea, in the last really 3 hours, it's been really, that's a 3-hour amount, but really in the last probably hour, only picked up about 300 as it's come through Menominee. So it's a light rain, but obviously it'll make wet conditions. You can see I-94 up there near Menominee, and still getting that hazy condition too as we got precipitation coming through. Sensor is kind of down right now. That's why you don't see any rain amounts. But that yellow is definitely reaching the ground as light rain, less so much as the green. Black River Falls, you're starting to see wet conditions there as that band has pushed east too. Overall, so some light rain will continue here, but not much in the way. As you go further south, we've kind of see that band come through. So we're getting some light rain, very light rain here, a break, and we'll see on and off light rain. As you can notice, there's ridgeline, still wet road conditions. And further south, Lansing area, just starting to get that area there approaching there, Prairie du Chien. Although as you go further west towards Decorah, they've seen a little bit of light rain. You can see the camera right there with a few sprinkles on top of it. So that's the general amount. You can see La Crosse picked up just 100. So very light rain amounts this evening, and it won't last long. By the time we get to about 8 to 9, most of it is going to push east. In fact, we'll see some clearing skies briefly tonight before we have cloud cover come in. You see overnight low temperatures will continue to fall throughout the night. We'll get back down into the 40s for most areas, low to mid 40s as you wake up. Cloud cover will begin to increase as this next batch of moisture wraps around it, associated really with some much colder air coming with it. So the morning commute looks fairly dry for most areas, but then we'll start seeing the precipitation pick up probably after 6 to 7. As you notice, the temperatures right now are hitting around the 40s. And keep note of those temperatures. They're not going to move much all day, really. The showers will be kind of scattered throughout the morning, and then as we go into the afternoon, we'll really start picking up an area of just maybe light rain showers as temperatures hover into the 40s around noontime. As we go throughout the afternoon, really along and east of the rivers where a lot of this activity persists, a little bit scattered or less as you go further west of the river. Going home, we're still sitting in the mid 40s, so as I mentioned, not moving much. A few areas further south might get a little bit warmer, but even then, we're talking 46, 47, not much of a difference. Through the evening, we'll start seeing the showers become a little bit more scattered, but overall, they will persist through the nighttime as we go throughout the evening. I think overnight it'll be less activity going on. Now the winds starting tomorrow morning, these are the gusts 15 to 25. We'll see some higher gusts further west, so you'll start seeing that for the morning commute. As we go towards noon, they begin to pick up, so then we see gusts in that 25 to 30 out of the west, northwest direction. And as you go further south and west in the higher elevations, that's where you're going to see the gusts potentially over 30. They're not going to decrease through the evening. They're actually going to continue to go up. I think our peak wind will be late afternoon through the evening. As you see the evening commute, we could see gusts potentially near 40 miles per hour. So that'll be the story, especially if you're a north-south facing, north-south going in a roadway. That crosswind could be quite strong throughout the evening. They'll decrease a little bit overnight, but still we're going to see breezy conditions on Wednesday. There's your rain amounts. Not a lot of precipitation with either. This goes all the way through Wednesday. Maybe some areas further north could pick up a ½ inch, but most areas are going to be well under 25 hundredths of an inch. There's your temperatures for Wednesday. We'll have less showers, a little bit less wind, but still breezy and still relatively cool, only getting up to the 50s. Thursday morning, I think a lot of areas are going to see frost or freeze. I have not seen it before. A lot of 30s and 20s. I think that'll be really a killing frost or freeze for most areas. The good news is Friday remains quiet. The weekend, a few more clouds will get back up into the 60s for most areas or upper 50s. And then we got a large and complex system approaching Monday and Tuesday that bears watching too, because that has a lot of wind with it also too, and precipitation. So we're getting kind of a more active, stronger systems coming through, which is what we would expect here. But definitely tomorrow, bundle up.
Yeah, gone are the calm, mild days of the early month.
No, not anymore.
Thank you, Craig. Coming up next in sports, the hot seat gets warmer. The Wisconsin AD pens a message to Badger fans. Plus, the Packers improved to 4-1-1 on the year. We'll hear from a couple of yesterday's stars of the game. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99 and end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
In the Northland, we're gearing up for winter by owning the cold and never letting it slow us down. With winter-ready features that make it that much easier. The only right way to get out there this season is in a Ford SUV that can handle it all. Now get $4,000 bonus cash on a new 2025 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed. River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99 and end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, for the fourth time this season, the Packers finished a game with 27 points. And for the fourth time this season, Green Bay was victorious as the Packers notched a thrilling comeback win yesterday over the Cardinals. It was the first half where Green Bay's offense looked very out of sync, entering the locker room down 13-3. But in the second half, that unit really picking up the slack, scoring 21 points, including a touchdown with under 2 minutes left to give the Green and Gold a 4-point lead. And the defense would keep Arizona out of the end zone, ensuring the win. Again, Josh Jacobs not at 100%, but he was not about to miss out on the biggest moments of the game.
I'm one of them guys, man, if I feel like I can spin and I'm not going to hurt the team by trying to, play, then I'm going to go out there and give it everything I got. Towards the end of the game, when I knew it, the game was on the line, I knew it wasn't nothing that was going to stop me from being out on that field.
I just think that we're growing, we're getting better, and I just like that, we're not even fully healthy yet. We got guys that's going to come back that's going to help us. C. Watt's coming back, D. Watt's coming back. Just very elite guys that's going to help us be able to win games in more in a dominant fashion, and I'm excited what that's going to look like.
Next on the schedule for the Packers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, led by an old friend, Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, things in Madison are getting dicey. There is a clear sense of unrest regarding the current state of Wisconsin football after getting shut out for their second straight game back on Saturday, 34-0 against the #1 team in the country, Ohio State. Fans are clamoring for the termination of Luke Fickell's contract with the second 5-game losing streak in as many years. Now, Fickell says he hasn't been told whether he'll be back next year or not, but is not focused on that at the moment.
That doesn't do us any good, right? It doesn't. It's not going to change the fact that we got to practice tomorrow. It's not going to change the fact of anything on Saturday. I guess you just let everybody else kind of deal with those things. But I have not been told. I'm not worried about that. I mean, I understand. If we don't meet expectations and we don't do the things we need to do, anything can happen.
And athletic director Chris McIntosh writing a message to supporters of Wisconsin football, in part saying, quote, "While our coaches, staff, and student athletes continue to demonstrate the work ethic and values that represent UW football, the results simply are not where any of us want them to be. Coach Fickell sees the potential in what this team can be, as do I, and he shares the same disappointment and frustration." He also went on to say, quote, "As a department, we must provide our coaches the tools necessary to succeed. That means more athletics-funded investment investments into infrastructure, staffing, and most importantly, student-athlete recruiting and retention. In this new era of collegiate athletics, the clear reality is that high expectations must be matched with an equal level of support, end quote. And to hear more of that message from McIntosh, head to news8000.com. You were there on Saturday, Ken. You saw the rough results, and it's not going to get much easier down the stretch.
No, I mean, that schedule is rough.
Yeah.
But the '94 Rose Bowl team came out during halftime, and it was poignant that that was the only area where fans could feel proud.
Yeah.
Because the product on the field is just not where anyone our age has grown up with. I mean, some fans, you know, the Badgers in the 80s, and maybe that's going to be our era for foreseeable future. But it is kind of pay to win now. So there
really
is something to that statement from the AD.
It's not all wrong there.
All right.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Jacob. And we got one more check of your forecast right after this.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Get an 11% rebate on your bathroom remodel at Menards. Complete your dream bathroom with a new toilet from American Standard. They feature a slow close lid and are engineered to prevent clogs. Pick up the Titan toilet for $199 plus an 11% rebate. Upgrade your bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. Get this Ensemble Medley tub and shower kit for $719.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Right now, get a great deal on the durable Kubota RTVX. When there's work to do and a reputation to uphold, it's built to haul it all and do it all. Half-ton capabilities with attachments to get the job done right. It's North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 36 months, or save up to $300.
Visit us today and experience the difference.
Do you want to hear something really cool? This is the Amana S Series. Cool and efficient on the inside, quiet on the outside. Enjoy your outdoor space. Contact Flox Heating and Air Conditioning today.
About 2 to 3 more hours of just light rain. Those are your 6-hour rain amounts. Not a lot of rain, but it will be enough to cause wet conditions and obviously wet roadways. There's your highs tomorrow. Bundle up. It's going to be windy. It's going to be chilly. We're going to have rain going on. It's just not going to feel very nice outside. Unfortunately, the conditions don't improve much until we get to Thursday and Friday, where we're back to average and drier and less wind. So definitely be prepared tomorrow.
Yeah, you got playoff games tomorrow?
Yeah, a couple actually. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
All right. Heavy clothing. There it is. We'll see you tonight at 10.